gang, and welcome back to my bullshit. My name is Sybil, and today I'm here alone. If you want any value, our socials are down in the description below. If you didn't know, Allie reopened their Etsy shop where they sell tarot readings and astrological readings now as well, so if you want that, that'll also be in the description. Today, we're gonna go back to something we've done before, misogynistic Facebook memes. I cannot stay away from the subreddit terrible Facebook memes because it's truly like what happens when you log on to Facebook after not using it for a couple of years and see what like all of your family members and people from high school are up to. It's these Facebook memes. But today, obviously, we're focusing specifically on the misogynistic ones because let me tell you, there's some bangers in there. Oh boy, where to start? How about this one? I feel horrible. I look old, fat, and ugly. I really need you to pay me a compliment. Your eyesight is damn near perfect. Damn, he fucking roasted his loving wife. Get it? Because he thinks she's ugly and it's a compliment for him to be like, hey, at least you got your eyesight and you can recognize that you're ugly. Roasted! God, there's nothing I want to do more than make my wife feel like shit. You know where the true comedy is? Putting down women, especially ones you supposedly love. Hey babe, I'm really not feeling good about myself today. Can you just like give me a compliment? No, cause you're fucking ugly. God, bring back real men, am I right? I'll just tell you how it is. And they said romance is dead. No, romance is blossoming with some honest truth. Oh, it's sad though, because there's actually people in relationships like that. God damn. 70 years in ice. Result, handsome looking young man. 20 years with wife. Result, old gray hair, dying, cryptic, wrinkled. Get it? Because being around women ages you because they're so annoying, right? Like, God, I hate when my wife opens her mouth to do anything other than suck my peenie. My peenie? It's like when she talks, I just feel like one, bored, and two, like it's never gonna end. I never get these memes, right? Like it's the same old tired thing of like, don't get married if you don't wanna get married. If you do wanna get married to somebody you like. If you decide that you don't like them and your lives aren't meshing and nothing's working, divorce is always an option. If you feel like being with the supposed love of your life ages you rapidly, maybe don't be with that person. Maybe seek counseling. Maybe fix things. Just a crazy thought. I know, we're really wilded out there today. Fix the issue? What? Girl, it's kind of weird you're still a virgin. Guys don't like that. They like experienced women. I'm saving myself for my husband. I just don't get why I'm so sad. Why didn't I ever find what you have? And then it's very poorly edited babies. Is it Catholicism? Ah yes, because we love misogynistic Catholic memes. Beautiful. Do we even break this down? Sex is for pleasure. Have sex with people. Enjoy your time if that's what you want to do. Make sure you're getting tested. Make sure you're being safe. All that good stuff. If you feel like saving yourself for marriage, absolutely do that. That is totally your right, your cooch, your pee. Why am I using like these terms? My Oma used to call them donuts. Donuts and hot dogs. I just got overcome with emotion. Give me a second. Okay. Never thought I'd be overcome with emotion at the term donuts and hot dogs. But yeah, it's up to you to do what you wish sexually. But then of course this meme blames it on the woman sleeping with multiple people. You're sad and you're alone because you weren't a Catholic saving yourself for marriage. And now you have nothing. And you know what the other girl has? That's right, babies. Because that's everybody's dream, is a husband and babies. That is all women want. The idea of anything else, skirt, toss it out the window. Babies and husband and book. All women want. Otherwise, they sad, depressed, upset. I also like how the girl in the second one just didn't age. As if Catholicism, babies, and a husband don't make you age. As if that stops the aging process. You know, if we're gonna go back to that meme that was like 20 years with a wife, try 20 years with a baby. Two poorly edited babies. Yeah, it's not everybody's dream. You're not gonna be sad if that's not what you want. Sleeping with people doesn't mean you're gonna end up depressed. I think it's also worth mentioning that in the first part of the comic, it's still relating to men. You know a man made this comic because it's all going back to men. I sleep with men because guys like an experienced girl. Not because I want to, not because I enjoy it, not because I'm my own person with my own body. For men. Yay, team! And then she's like, I'm saving myself for my husband. Because once again, my body comes down to what men want and what men will find attractive and love. Go team men. Like, they're both basing their entire experience around men, and that's how you know a man made this comic strip. Beautiful. You also know it's about to be just the most banger meme when it's this art style. When it's like these characters, you know. Don't worry, we have more of those. But we'll save them. Let's go to this next. 2 sons of Arnold. One son raised by Arnold himself, and another one raised by his wife. First of all, yes, body shaming literal children. God, we fucking love it. You know, if my 12-year-old's not a yoked gym rat, toss him to the streets, you know? I started carbo loading my 6-year-old to make sure that he gets those gains in young. Body shaming kids, not cool, first of all. Like, let's just get that out of the way. Second of all, you're saying that the other son is better and that Arnold did better at raising his son because of his body. You don't know anything about these kids. You don't know their academics. You don't know their mental health. You don't know their social life. Like, you know nothing about these kids. Yet you're taking them and going, this one was raised by a man and is therefore better because he is yoked and carbo loaded at 6. Whereas this one is not yoked and is hanging out with his mommy? Ooh, it's so funny because there's like a whole category of men that are like mama boys, and like, I'm not making fun of that. I love my mom, like, I get it. But there's like a category of men that are like mommy boys, my mama, my mom, but then they turn around and they're just like outrageously misogynistic and terrible to any woman that is not their mother, and at that point I might as well think they're fucking dating. This one's bad because he was raised by his mommy and he's hanging with his mommy. Ew. I want to make one of these videos that focuses on the Facebook memes of liberals because they're so chef's kiss. This one's just a little taste, but it still fits in today's theme. Never send your daughter to college. Freshman, feminine. Sophomore, getting a little emo. Junior, cut hair. Senior, cut hair and beanie. Ah! Yeah, there's nothing worse than your child finding the freedom to express themselves and create an aesthetic that they want because you probably as a parent denied it from them for their entire childhood because you didn't like it, which is weird. Why do you care how your daughter wears her hair? Tell me, why do you care? Why do you care if your daughter decides to wear like, what a beanie and a t-shirt? Huh, I don't know, it just feels weird to me that you're so focused on what your adult daughter looks like. It's almost like creepy in a way. It's almost fucking disgusting. Oh no, my kid got to express themselves and is now not looking how I pictured them to look. What will I ever do? Creepy. Also, like, the way this relates is like, there's a common conservative meme on these like pages that's like, colleges are liberal and will destroy your child. Don't send them to college. Which we can dissect at a later point, but it's just so funny. Also gross. Don't send your daughter to college. She'll wear a beanie. That's like for men if you think about it. Like, that's like for guys. What do we got next? Oh, no. To whistle was once a compliment for women, once upon a time. Love this, says Kathy. Stop idolizing the 50s. I am begging, because that's what that photo's from, and that's what it's showing, is like men from the 50s all lined up and being like, let me into your panties. Bring back catcalling, says Kathy. Kathy, shut the fuck up. Catcalling is fucking gross. It's unwanted attention. It's not a compliment. A woman should be able to walk down the street without a man leaning out of his truck being like, hey baby. Like, that's fucking gross. It makes a lot of people uncomfortable. It's valid for women or people in general to want to walk down the street without being harassed, and you can call it a compliment all you want by being like, toot toot, what's up baby? You're so fucking hot, let me snip that skirt. That's not a compliment. That's incredibly creepy, and it's insensitive to the fact that like women are just statistically more often victims than men, and more often it is men that are the perpetrators. Obviously, I'm not saying that's how it always happened. Obviously, men can be victims as well, but when we look at the statistics, it's usually women as victims and men as perpetrators. So when a woman is walking out, whether it's with friends or especially alone, and some guy is like following her, yelling things out of a car, screaming from across the street, that's scary. There's a reason women are taught from a young age to never have their headphones in, to always carry pepper spray, to have a weapon on their keychains. Like, there's a reason these things are taught to girls. And it's because people are fucking creepy, and when you're doing stuff like that, even if you don't mean it as like being creepy, even if you genuinely think you're giving a compliment by screaming, hey pretty lady, from across the street, whatever it is, you have to remember that for the woman, they're already on fight or flight mode most of the time, especially when they're alone. So all you're doing is adding to that heightened fear. I'm not saying you can never like go up to a woman and ask her how she is and give her a compliment. I'm not saying that you can't be polite and nice. I'm saying don't drive by in a car screaming at women. Don't just start whistling at girls down the street like they're a fucking dog. Don't go yelling vulgar things from all the way down the street. Don't go chasing women to talk to them. You can stop somebody and be like, hey, you're really pretty. Do you mind if I get your number? That's not creepy. What is creepy is everything else I just listed, which whistling falls under that. A woman's not a fucking dog. Why are you doing like a startling noise from down the street being like, creepy. This one I didn't really get. I just put it in here so we could dissect it together. Notice how the men's feet are pointing compared to the woman. Which, first of all, can we talk about how that's not even true? Because we see the men's feet are pointing out like this, but the woman on the far left is also doing it. I don't know what this is trying to say. I think it's like a power stance thing. The comments wouldn't load when I was looking at it, so I didn't even get the help from the comments for this one. But I think it's like a power stance thing, like space and power, because I've seen that in like the alpha male stuff that we've done here before. So I think that's what it's referring to. And like women are dainty and point it forward. I don't know. This one is less for me to dissect and more for you guys to dissect. I'm curious. We've seen one like this one before. I accomplished so much in my life as a scientist, said a woman. And then another woman said, I raised 5 scientists. Get it? Because I gave up my life and everything I wanted for myself to raise 5 scientists. Now once again, we'll just quickly break this down because we've done it before. Women don't have to get married and have children in order to be helpful to society. I'm sure that scientist lady did amazing in her life. And why are we comparing it? Like, why does it fucking matter? Now, the other lady, sure, maybe she wanted to have 5 kids. What are the chances all 5 of your kids are scientists? That reminds me of like back in the day when people would have like 15 kids because they expected half of them to die off and they needed free labor for the farms. That's what this is giving. Let me have 10 kids and then hopefully 5 of them will be scientists. Also, she had to have had like all boys in this situation, or like 5 boys and 5 girls, something. Like there's 5 boys there. All of them became scientists. They all look the fucking same, by the way. That's creepy. This argument is just not realistic. Even if you took away all free will of the woman, which like, please don't. But if you did that, and they were then forced to do nothing but have children, you still cannot confirm that you will have 5 men. You still cannot confirm that they will all grow up to be scientists. You still cannot confirm that they will all be successful in being a scientist and like give to society in the way that this meme is trying to portray. It hurts. I think I'm gonna throw a quick trigger warning for this one. You know, I'll put the time of when it ends in editing. After spending $160 on dinner, they put the $ in the wrong spot. I don't like that. After spending $160 on a dinner, $50 on flowers, and $20 on chocolates, she tells me she has a headache. He's grabbing her by the foot and dragging her. I wanted to talk about this one because I think it is important to recognize that this is some people's mindset, and it's really fucked up, is that if this guy spends so much money on you, then you therefore owe him, and if you don't, he will take. This one's not really like funny, it's not really laughing matter to me, it's actually extremely fucked up, and this isn't just a meme, this is like a mindset some people have, and it's really fucking gross. Like, I honestly don't have much to say about it other than I wanted to talk about like how fucked up that mindset is, but now that we're here, I feel like it's so obvious, right? Like, just because you take somebody out on a date doesn't mean they owe you anything in return. They don't even owe you another date if they didn't like it. It was your choice to take somebody out to dinner. It was your choice to take somebody to a dinner that cost that much money. It was your choice to buy flowers and chocolates. It was your choice to try to make a good impression. And even if it was all because you were hoping to get laid, it's still not up to you at the end of the day if that's what actually happens. You could go with the full intention of consenting, but somebody else doesn't have to be doing that. It was your choice to blow your bank account on a first date in hopes of getting lucky. And it's their choice to say no. They don't owe you shit. This is fucking gross. And the fact that somebody even feels comfortable enough to make this and then post it on the internet really irks me. Women will pierce their belly buttons, nipples, and tongues, get tattoos, wax their lady bits, and inject silicone into their tits. But when it's time for a bit of anal, suddenly that hurts too much. Again, fucking gross. Here's the thing. A woman wants piercings because it's gonna make them feel confident. They wanna have it. Silicone's gonna make them feel confident. They wanna have it. Waxing is something that they wanna do for themselves. Maybe even for you. Who knows? But when it comes to something like sex, something that's supposed to be enjoyable, something that's supposed to be consenting, something that's supposed to be fun, maybe she doesn't wanna do that. Maybe she doesn't wanna go through a bunch of pain for your pleasure where she feels as if she will reciprocate no pleasure. And that's up to her. That's her choice. What is she really getting out of that if it's not something she wants or likes or is comfortable with. Your happiness, you're telling me you're not happy just to be there with her in that way? Fucking weird. Consent seems to be lost on so many people in these memes continuously. It's like a continuous theme of like consent not being there. It's not funny. It's not funny to make jokes about people who can't consent or don't want something and you're sitting there whining like, well, why don't you want it? Because I want it so bad. It's fucking weird. Some of these like are stupid and like laughable, like, oh, I hate my wife. Like, that's fucking dumb, right? That's just dumb. And then some of them are like creepy assault jokes and just casually being posted to Facebook and having other men like be like, haha, that's so funny, that's so true, I get him. And then Kathy being there too, being like, haha, yeah, pick me. This is the future the lefts want. Tomboy hooters and femboy hooters. And so fucking what? You know what? I do want that future. I do want that future. I want a tomboy hooter. I want a femboy hooters. Let's diversify hooters. This one's pretty funny to me. It's like, I have to assume this one's a joke. I can't even imagine this one, somebody truly being upset about this idea and being like, nah, fuck this. And also as far as like tomboy hooters go, an odd amount of men hit on me when my girlfriend and I go out. I know y'all don't want to believe me. I know it's shocking, but I get hit on so much when we go out to the alternative scene by men. So to sit here and tell me that men don't want a tomboy hooters is a fucking lie, and I know it from a first-hand fact. Also, a femboy hooters, men want that too, and don't tell me they fucking don't, because isn't there like those Twitch streamers that make like literally tens of $1,000s a month from like rich men donating to their chat just so they'll call them daddy? Like, I've seen that so many times. Also, lesbians exist, bisexuals exist, gay men exist, the LGBTQ plus exist, and maybe they'd go to a tomboy hooters if they were treated better than actual hooters waitresses are currently treated, but that's a whole other discussion. They're people too. Let's treat them as such. And then maybe we can own a tomboy hooters and a femboy hooters. Maybe it could be the same restaurant, like different sides. Business idea, you guys can take that for free. Unless you make money off of it, then I want it. Thank you guys so much for the demon inside of me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly, really appreciate it. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you really liked it. If you watch a lot and you're not sure if you subscribe, check. And with that being said, if I take... Oh, I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared. I know I wasn't prepared. I'm sorry I wasn't prepared. Fuck, get off my back about it prepared. If I put this guitar up against the screen, it looks like I said bye. I'm not gonna slam it. That would be bad. Enjoy the sparkles. There you go. Shimmer.